Hello fashionistas and welcome to eBooks for Fashion podcast. I'm Maristella and I'm your host at eBooks for Fashion podcast. For who don't know me, I'm a fashion business coach for eBooks for Fashion and a jewelry designer for Made in Art Romantic Jewelry. This episode is number 2, and before starting this first new episode, just a few words about our sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by my online course Start for Fashion. Start for Fashion is the perfect course for who wants to start a fashion business. It's made of video and audio trainings, ebooks, plus 24-hour, 7-day on 7-day WhatsApp assistant, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, and email assistance, plus private Facebook group, and plus a lifetime access. Doors are opening soon, so if you want to join my waitlist, just click on the link I will put in the show notes. So you can join my waitlist now because the doors are opening very, very soon. So today's episode is about why start a fashion business. Why start a fashion business? Do I really want to run a fashion business? So these are two very important questions you should ask yourself before starting any kind of fashion business. Setting up a business is very hard, but a fashion business more than any other kind of business. I usually think about that because, as you know, any kind of business to set up is very hard, but a fashion business, I definitely think it's more difficult than any other kind of business. Why? Because there are so many things involved. Like you should really be very, very organized, very, very thoughtful about all the process you have to create for your fashion business. From if you are selling products, for example, if you are a fashion designer, there are so many things involved, like the production, like the delivery of your orders, like the creation side, the creation part, the creative side is only one part of the business. So starting a fashion business is one of the most challenging experience because the fashion industry is a hyper competitive industry and also a very saturated industry. So there is not enough space for everybody in it. With that said, I really don't want to discourage you. Instead, I really want to push you to start your own fashion business. That's why in this episode, I want to talk about 5 reasons why you should start a fashion business. For example, first one is money. Do you have access to funds or capitals to start a fashion business? If your answer is yes, that's great, so go for it. I'm asking you that because it's the first thing you should consider before thinking of a business in fashion. You have to get really clear on your funds and how much money do you have on your side to start. Are you going to ask money to your family and friends first? Are you planning to ask for a loan from your bank? Did you consider, for example, crowdfunding for fashion business? If you don't know what is crowdfunding, there are many ways right now that you can get money from in internet. So basically you are pre-selling if you are selling products or services, you are pre-selling online. You are getting trust from people. You are pre-selling what is your offer even before producing or creating your services, and so you are asking money in advance from people. So anyway, the best and smartest thing to do is to write down a clear fashion business plan to use for yourself. And if you need a guideline on how to organize your business or to present to investors or to your bank, if you are planning to ask for a loan, you can read my previous article, which is on my blog, ebooksforfashion.com, and it's about 5 reasons why you need a business plan for your fashion business. Don't worry, I will put all the links in the show notes. So the first reason is money. The second reason is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week commitment. What I mean about that? Are you ready to work a 24-hour, 7-day a week? If you answer yes again, then my friend, go for it. When you are starting a fashion business, whether it is a fashion product-based business, for example, if you are a fashion designer, or a fashion service-based business, for example, if you are an image consultant, you should be prepared to become a workaholic. Don't be afraid with this my affirmation, my sentence, but you really must be prepared to become a workaholic. There are so many things to do and to run in your fashion business that you will never imagine. So don't be discouraged about this, but if you have to figure out a lot of things, like where you would get raw materials, for example, if you're a fashion designer, or how you would market and promote your products or services, how to increase revenue and profitability, how you would beat the competitors, and a bunch of other important things. So if you have to think that your fashion business will be your first priority every single day, and even nighttime, and unfortunately, you probably will have not enough time for your family and your friends. So, just to be clear, it's a really 7-day-a-week commitment, 24 hours per day. So make sure that you know about all this stuff, because if you are starting like a crazy, you don't have a clear idea of how it works, then it will be really a nightmare. Your fashion business is like your daughter and your son, so you will put all of your efforts in it. I always give this funny but true answer when people ask me the questions. How many children do you have? I always answer, I have 3 children. Elettra, which is my beloved 3-month-old daughter, eBooks for Fashion, which is my fashion marketing, coaching, consultancy and online course business, and Made in Art, which is my one-of-a-kind jewelry business. So I always laugh when I answer to this question, but it's the truth. Elettra is my real daughter, but I have other 2 children. One is eBooks for Fashion, one is Made in Art, because they are both 2 business to grow and to keep going. And running a fashion business requires you to put all the energy you have in it. So make sure that you know exactly these things before starting a fashion business. Then the third thing is it takes lots of time. So are you ready to spend many years in it? Building a fashion business could take years and years, sometimes more than 5 years, to start to break even. So my question for you is, how are you planning to survive and maintain yourself if your business in fashion doesn't pay your living straight away? So this is so important to understand that it takes lots of time. The third thing is you are a CEO first. So are you ready to forget to be a creative person? Again, I don't want to discourage you, but I just want to be honest with you and to tell you the truth. When you are running a fashion business, 90% is about marketing, sales, manufacturing, if you are selling products, PR, and 10% is only about the creative side. If you are not ready to think about yourself as the CEO of your business in fashion, then maybe, my friend, it's better if you consider to work for other fashion businesses. Then the fifth thing is about self-discipline and loneliness. This is something that seems like that many people don't consider, but you should really consider that how much you are organized, but also how much you put, how much you are tough and strong about your self-discipline. So are you tough? Do you have a strong self-discipline? So are you ready to spend many hours, days and weeks only by yourself? Loneliness is a very big part of your fashion business. Because when you are running a fashion business, you must know that nobody will tell you what to do. So you must have a strong self-discipline and a strong focus, because you will have to wake up every morning with lots of energy, even if you are sick or depressed. And you must go on with your work because your work depends on you. So make sure that you know that you must have a strong self-discipline, and also make sure that you have to always fight with lots of loneliness of time, lots of times by yourself. So these are all important things that you have to consider. So let's recap for a while. So the 5 reasons why you should start a fashion business. So the first one is money. The second one is the 24 and 7 day a week commitment. The third one, it takes lots of time. The fourth one, you are a CEO first. The fifth one is about the self-discipline and loneliness. So if you are really focused and motivated on start a business in fashion and you want to know how to start a fashion business, Start for Fashion is the right online course for you. So you can join my wait list from the link in the show notes. So if you have any questions, requests or any suggestions, please write to me at info@ebooksforfashion.com. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope I didn't discourage you, but it's really important that you focus your 5 reasons why you should start a fashion business, and you answer the question I just said before, because you really need to be with yourself very clear before starting a nightmare instead of a fashion business. Your fashion business must be the reason why you wake up in the morning. So I hope you really enjoyed this episode, and thank you again to my sponsor, Start for Fashion, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now.